Hi everyone, welcome to the Larson Art Gallery. My name is Emman and I graduated from the University of Minnesota with majors in animal science and agricultural communication and marketing this spring, May of 2022. After growing up in rural Minnesota, I knew that communicating for agriculture was my future. Studying in the ACM program, I was able to hone in on those communication and marketing skills. My specific interests were enlightened to photography and videography, which you probably see some of my work here today. In the future, I plan to be on a creative content team, whether it's for a large agribusiness or at a marketing agency. Thank you so much for coming into the art gallery today. I know my peers and I appreciate your support and interest you have in our work and the University of Minnesota.
Hey friends, welcome to the Mini Bite. This is the podcast that talks about food, but history style. I'm Emma Nelson, and I am so excited that you're here. Throughout this mini-series, we're going to travel through time, unveiling the unique history of the one thing that ties all of humanity together, food. The goal is to bring a twist to learning more about the everyday foods we nourish our bodies with. But we do it in a bite-sized session so that everyone can leave with easy-to-digest information. There are so many items in your kitchen that have some amazing stories and history lessons attached to them. Without further ado, let's talk food history. Friends, I am so excited to dive into our very first discussion here on the Mini Bite. As someone who loves to learn and then share what I learn, today's topic is extra special and exciting for me. You may be asking yourself, what on earth can be this exciting? My answer for you is honey. I think honey holds its own as one of the most unique items we have in our pantry. I myself did not know a great deal about honey before I started this project, and I'm still far from an expert, but let me tell you, after this episode, you'll be full of the coolest information revolving around honey and the history of honey. On that note, let's get back to the bees and learn about what honey actually is. I wasn't 100% certain myself, but after some digging, this is what I came up with. Simply put, honey is ripened nectar from flowers that has been broken down from sucrose and mostly water to two simple sugars, glucose and fructose, and very little water. I also found out that the type of nectar collected has a great effect on the flavor of the honey and the levels of glucose the honey will have. To spare the audience members that aren't as nerdish as me who want to know everything about anything, I kept this as a very overarching explanation, but I'm hoping that it sparks your interest to learn more on your own. Now that we have a basic understanding of what honey is, let's hop into the history lesson. It is no surprise that honey has been around for a very long time. The first known record of honey collection is in a cave drawing in Valencia, Spain, which depicts a honey hunter harvesting honey and wax from a wild bee nest. It is thought that this drawing is 7,000 years old. Yet, I did find several sources saying that it is thought humans were eating honey up to 10,000 years ago. Of course, all of this collection and gathering of honey was from wild beehives. Several thousand years went by before the domestication of bees took place. There are a large number of ancient Egyptian records that lead us to believe that their culture was using organized beekeeping around 3500 BCE. And for the people in the back who can't do quick math like me, that's about 5,500 years ago. For more reference, it was not until the 18th century that the Europeans successfully created a beekeeping system like the Egyptians had. At the time in Egypt, honey was used by all of the classes, which suggests that they had successfully mastered the art of beekeeping on a very large scale. And to little surprise, they had many uses for this liquid gold. Citizens used the honey as a sweetener, while the doctors used it in salves for healing wounds. Honey was often left as an offering for their dead as food during the afterlife. Lastly, some mummies were found to have been embalmed in honey as a method to improve their preservation. Now, this is a lot different than what we do today, folks. Today, most commonly, we found honey, of course, as a natural sweetener we put in beverages, or we use it in baking. According to a study in 2020 by the National Honey Board, honey became the #1 preferred sweetener. For many years, it was white sugar that was the highest ranking sweetener. Well, friends, that is all that we have for today. I hope that you had just as much fun as I did talking about the amazing history behind some of the foods we have in our kitchen. Food is a part of everyone's day and is one thing that connects us all. I think that it's pretty cool that we can pursue knowledge and a better understanding of what we put in our bodies. If you have questions or topic requests, don't be afraid to reach out. You can find our website, theminibite.com. Leave any comments or questions there, and I'll be happy to answer them. Again, thank you so much for spending a part of your day with me. I hope that you can make it back next week.